Hello everyone and welcome to Wakefield High School in Arlington, Virginia, where the Warriors are hosting the Edison Eagles in girls tennis. We've started with the singles matches. We've got 6 singles matches underway, and we are featuring the match between Nikki Malave from Edison and Grace Kalvatovic from Wakefield. Malave opening the match with a serve. The players play to a pro set of 10 games. And that point will go to Kalvatovic. This is a Conference 13 matchup. So the players on both teams, particularly the seniors, know each other well from having played multiple times over their high school careers. You can hear a bit of a wind. Doesn't seem to be a factor. This is March. There are winds. And typically they're not going to directly affect the game, but if a player lets it become a distraction, that can have an impact. And another point for and game to Kalvatovic. And in the second game, she's up 1-0. Grace Kalvatovic serving. Serving against Nikki Malave. The other match is going on right now for singles. Kat Chen from Wakefield is going up against Isabella Malave. Amanda Bloom going up against Olivia Lansing. Bloom from Wakefield, Lansing from Edison. And then Wakefield's Joanne Chong is going up against Alexa Lee from Edison. And Diana Mercian from Wakefield is going up against Elita Shigavea from Edison. And then in the 6th singles match, Malat Tafara from Wakefield is playing against Anhar Abdelatif from Edison. And a long return gives another point to Kalvatovic. You can still hear the wind. It's not expected to gust very much in this afternoon as we go into the evening. And a long rally. Both players able to show off both their forehand and backhand. And point goes to Kalvatovic. And Kalvatovic comes up short, so that point goes to Malave. Both players playing quickly between serves, between points. And that's long. And point for Kalvatovic. So we're at add-in the second game. Back to, no, first serve is bad. So the first serve was long. And that return is long, so the game goes to Kalvatovic. She takes a 2-0 lead against Nikki Malave. First serve goes long. Here's our second serve. And I apologize. We're basically covering the match with a fixed camera.
Do you want another?
And the camera was set up and has turned out to be not as fixed as we thought it would be. So we're not getting a full view of the player in the far court, particularly when they are serving or anywhere along the baseline. One of the tricks to covering high school tennis is you're working with a limited number of cameras, and you're doing everything you can to be not on the court and not a distraction to either player. So we get our main camera up and running and walk away and let it run, and unfortunately don't have the ability to make adjustments during the match. All right, I'll probably let you all into too many TV production secrets, so I'll stop there. And that backhand's a little long. Point to Malave. She's trying to hold serve and climb back from an 0-2 deficit in terms of games. All right, we'll get another serve from Malave. Good power forehand, but it catches a little bit of the net and then goes wide. So point for Kalvatovic. You can hear some of the activity on the other parts of the Wakefield campus. The Edison Eagles arrived just a little bit late, a little bit delayed on their bus trip, but we got started pretty much on time, relatively early. And as a typical weekday on Wakefield, it's probably the same at Edison, a lot of activity going on after school. The tennis team is here hosting Edison, the girls' tennis. The only other team that has a game today will be the soccer team, boys soccer, a little bit later, over in the stadium. And that game goes to Kalvatovic. And we are back. Kalvatovic up 3-0. Backhand goes long point to Malave. And as I was saying, it's very busy here at Wakefield. The softball and baseball teams are both out practicing. The girls and boys track team today is going up against Edison, but that is over at Edison tonight, or it will be a lot more activity on the track. You can see behind the tennis courts. We're getting the tennis balls back over to the far court, and Kalvatovic will be able to resume serving. Yeah, just a momentary confusion over the score. The players sorted out very easily. And now a second serve. Another point for Kalvatovic. She has the early lead in the match. Early on, both players having a little bit of trouble with consistency on the first serve. Sometimes that's just a matter of warming up as the match goes on. And that is also a game for Kalvatovic, so she goes up 4-0 now over Malave. And a good backhand from Malave. The return from Kalvatovic goes long, so she picks up the point. And that will be a let, so we'll get two fresh serves. And another let. And that backhand is not long. Good high backhand. Malave kept it in the court, but couldn't come up with the point. So it looks like Bella Malave is now honing in on her serve. And that gets her a point as Kalvatovic's return goes long. And the backhand is long, though, so we're at 30-30. And still we have the wind. Good power forehand from Kalvatovic. And there's a long serve, though. So Malave trying to get a point and hold serve. So, Grace Kalvatovic leading 4-1.
Thank you.
And another let. And that new first serve is now long. So we'll get a second serve. And a little long, so point goes to Kalvatovic. Another long return from Malave. Both players now starting to hit their first serves with some authority. And another let. So Kalvatovic holds on serve. She moves to a 5-1 lead. Kalvatovic showing off her backhand, although that point went to Malave. Kalvatovic went up to the net but couldn't close the deal. And a point for Kalvatovic. Nice exchange. Both players had to cover a lot of ground to get to shots. But Kalvatovic came up with the point. All right, we're back. The players have changed sides. Kalvatovic serving. That is the one problem that Malave's had in the match so far. A lot of returns are just a little bit long. And a very rare miss hit from Malave. Sort of popped it up. Rare double fault from either player, and the point will go to Kalvatovic. And the power forehand wins a point for Malave. That's wide. Game, Malave. right, now that we are caught up on the other singles matches being played at Wakefield today, we're back to our featured match. And Grace Kalvatovic serving, but down love 30. And a nice backhand from Malave. Kalvatovic can't handle the return, but we are back to deuce. With that out, Nikki Malave trying to break Grace Kalvatovic. Back to deuce. And a winner from Kalvatovic. And that gives her the game. Serve goes long. We've got a second serve from Malave. And a winner from Malave gives her the point. She's won several points in the match with that good backhand. Strong serve, too much for Kalvatovic to handle. Point goes to Malave. And you can hear the wind has come back. Long run for Kalvatovic, and her return finds the court. We are back. Grace Kalvatovic from Wakefield with the lead over Isabella Malave from Edison. From Wakefield, lead over Nikki Malave from Edison. And a long serve. Goes to the net and makes it stand up. Good court coverage on her part to win that point during that rally. And a long return as the wind rolls in. Hear the music. They are warming up the student athletes and the players for these soccer matches that will be held a little bit later this evening. So Nikki Malave needing to hold serve to extend the match. And she is right now trailing 3-9. And there's a point for Kalvatovic. And that shot is long. So Kalvatovic with a 9-3 lead, but the match has certainly looked a lot closer than that score might suggest. We've had some long rallies. Great shots by both players. Another point for Malave. Long run, she gets the return. And that serve goes wide. And we are at match point. And I don't think I went long. I think that's the match. And indeed, Grace Kalvatovic, winner over Nikki Malave. You see the final score. Thank you for watching.